There's a massive new update out today, and it's not just about Oregon and Washington anymore. This is now a genuinely national wildfire crisis. More than 7 million acres have burned across the United States so far this year. Nearly 100 new fires were reported nationwide just yesterday. 240 active duty soldiers have been deployed to a single fire in Washington, and Canada has now sent its own aircraft to help fight fires in Idaho. I'm going to walk you through the full national picture today, plus the very latest numbers out of Oregon and Washington specifically. Let's get into it. Let's start with the numbers that put everything else in context. According to the National Interagency Fire Center, more than 7,219,000 acres have now burned across the United States this year. Just yesterday alone, 99 new fires were reported nationwide, including 8 brand new large fires. Firefighters are currently working to contain 87 uncontained large fires across the country, with 29,548 personnel assigned to incidents nationwide. That's a staggering number of people and resources spread across dozens of states, and it's part of why officials keep stressing that national firefighting capacity is stretched thinner than it's been in years. When a new fire starts anywhere in the country right now, there's a very real chance it won't get the same immediate response it would have gotten earlier in the summer, simply because crews, aircraft, and equipment are already committed elsewhere. There's a genuinely striking detail in today's national report, too. 240 soldiers from the 1st Battalion, 23rd Infantry Regiment, 7th Infantry Division, based out of Joint Base Lewis McChord, have been deployed specifically to help fight the Modrite Fire in Washington state. Active duty military deployment to a wildfire is a significant escalation, and it reflects just how much this particular fire and the broader firefighting effort in the Pacific Northwest has needed additional hands on the ground. International help has arrived too. 2 large air tankers and 1 Bird Dog aircraft from Manitoba, Canada, have been deployed to Boise, Idaho, to support wildland fire operations there. When a country starts pulling in foreign aircraft to support domestic firefighting, it's a clear signal of just how many simultaneous, resource-intensive incidents are burning across the country at once. Turning to Washington specifically, there's a mixed picture across the state's biggest fires. The Sinlahekin Fire, burning northwest of the Sinlahekin campground near Tonasket in Okanogan County, has grown to 152,682 acres and is 44% contained. This fire continues spreading toward Palmer Mountain, Rattlesnake Peak, South Pine Creek, and areas west of the Okanogan River, and it remains one of the largest active fires anywhere in the state. The Little Giant Fire, spanning Chelan and Okanogan counties, remains one of the most stubborn incidents in the entire region. It's now burned approximately 132,351 acres and is sitting at just 10% contained. This fire continues to burn through remote terrain around the Entiat River, Chihuahua River, Glacier Peak Wilderness, and Lake Chelan, and limited access into that terrain has continued to make meaningful containment difficult, even as personnel and equipment on the incident have grown. The Ptarmigan Fire, burning in the Pasayten Wilderness near the Pasayten Airstrip and the Middle Fork Pasayten River drainage north of the Methau Valley, has burned 24,516 acres and is now 40% contained. Solid, steady progress on a fire that's been burning in genuinely remote, difficult terrain. And the Modrite Fire, the same fire that just received active duty military support, is burning across Ferry and Stevens counties near Inchelium, west of Lake Roosevelt and south of Bridge Creek Road. It's burned 57,665 acres and is 83% contained. There's genuinely excellent news to report on the fires that devastated Spokane earlier this month. The Fairview Fire has now reached full, 100% containment. The Autumn Lane Fire and Old Trails Fire are both sitting at 97% contained, essentially matching Fairview's progress. Fire activity across this complex has clearly moderated, though officials note that gusty winds remain a lingering concern even this late in the incident's timeline. Evacuation orders and warnings do remain in effect around several of Washington's active fires, particularly near Lake Chelan, Tonasket, Inchelium, Meade, and the broader Spokane area, so this progress doesn't mean every zone in the region is clear yet. In Oregon, the Grasshopper Fire near Mount Hood continues its recent run of genuine containment progress, now sitting at 37% contained, up from 30% just a couple of days ago and up from 20% the week before that. This fire remains one of the largest, most closely watched incidents in the state, but the trend over the past several days has been consistently positive. Elsewhere across north central and eastern Oregon, containment continues climbing on several other major fires. The Hay Creek Complex, formerly known as the Lower Rock Creek and Hogue fires, has reached full containment. The Roe Creek Complex is now 89% contained. The Akawa Butte Fire is at 99%. The Coyote Fire is at 88%. The Henry Fire is at 97%. The Bench Fire is at 86%, and the Shingle Fire is at 89%. Oregon remains under heightened wildfire activity because of hot, dry weather, gusty winds, and dry vegetation, and the largest incidents continue burning across Gilliam, Wheeler, Wasco, Crook, Jefferson, and Umatilla counties. The newest fire we've been tracking, the Fielder Mountain Fire near Grants Pass, received a genuinely helpful break this weekend. Precipitation fell directly over the fire area yesterday. Even so, fire behavior remains moderate, with creeping and smoldering activity continuing, and officials say numerous structures and critical infrastructure remain threatened. Road closures remain in effect in the area as crews continue working to build containment around this newer, still developing incident. The Wright Spring Fire in Klamath County remains an active concern as well. According to today's National Incident Report, the fire continues to show moderate fire behavior, including wind-driven runs, isolated torching, and spotting. Numerous structures and critical infrastructure remain threatened, and evacuations, along with area and road closures, remain in effect. This fire, which claimed the life of dozer operator Jason Ensign earlier this month, continues to require close monitoring even as containment work continues. It's worth noting that this crisis isn't confined to the Pacific Northwest. The Gold Mountain Fire, burning in RA County, Colorado, has burned 39,691 acres and is 87% contained. This fire was first reported back on June 27th, meaning it's now been burning for well over a month, with an estimated suppression cost of $53.1 million. It's a reminder that this season's wildfire activity has stretched well beyond Oregon and Washington, touching states across the broader West. There's also continued activity inside some of the country's most iconic protected lands. The Luna Fire, burning 10 miles north of New Halem in North Cascades National Park, continues showing active fire behavior with flanking, torching, and short-range spotting, threatening both structures and energy infrastructure. The Border 2 Fire, 36 miles northeast of Marble Mount in the same national park, is showing more moderate fire behavior but still threatens structures in the area, and the Grand Park 2 Fire in Mount Rainier National Park continues with moderate fire behavior, prompting evacuations along with area, road, and trail closures. With 87 large fires still uncontained nationwide and firefighting resources stretched this thin, the basics matter more than ever, wherever you are. Know your evacuation level and take it seriously. Sign up for your local emergency alert system today if you haven't already. Avoid any activity that could create a spark, since human-caused ignitions continue adding to an already overwhelmed national response system. And if you're near any of the specific fires we've covered today, Sinlahekin, Little Giant, Grasshopper, Fielder Mountain, or Wright Spring, keep checking your local county's official evacuation resources directly, since conditions on the ground can shift faster than any single national update can capture. 7 million acres burned nationally, active duty soldiers deployed to a single Washington fire, international aircraft arriving from Canada, and genuine containment progress happening at the same time across Spokane, Grasshopper, and dozens of other incidents. This remains one of the most demanding wildfire seasons the country has faced in years, playing out on a scale that now reaches far beyond any single state or region. We'll keep tracking every major fire across the country and bring you the next update as new official data comes in. If this helped, subscribe and turn on notifications, and share this with anyone you know in an affected area. To every firefighter, soldier, and first responder working these fires right now, thank you. Stay informed, stay ready, and stay safe out there.